YouTube, what is up? It is now back with another video. It's Sunday today, so off work, thank God, hallelujah. Just pulled up to the gym. I got push day today. That's gonna be the main theme of the video. Just gonna take you through the workout. I'm pretty stoked to get in here. I just finished my pre, it's starting to hit. Yeah, it's gonna be a shoulder focused push day. I was a little sick over the weekend, but feeling better today. Excited to get after it. Excited to make the most of the session. On the way here, I was talking with Mona about what our favorite energy drink companies are. I'd be real curious to hear what you guys have to say. I think my top 5 gotta be Ghost, Rise, probably C4, Gorilla Mind, and Reign. That would probably be my top 5, probably in that order too. Rise and maybe C4 could swap. It's hard to say. Old Rise is kind of unbeatable though. With the ring pop flavor, come on, stop playing. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say and what you guys think. Because, you know, energy drinks are all the craze now, so yeah, just a fun little convo. But gonna go in, gonna get after it. Again, shoulder focus push day. We'll start with the Smith incline. That's been a favorite of mine. Something I've run in my program forever. So hopefully we'll progress that today and have a great session. We also just pulled up and the parking lot is entirely empty. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a gym like this where like there's not one other like car in the lot. I almost thought it was closed because like literally no one's here. So we may get a completely empty gym, which like there's no better feeling than an empty gym with nowhere to be afterwards. So really looking forward to it.
Voiceover time, starting off with some Smith shoulder press. This is a go-to for shoulders for myself. It's an exercise I feel like I can really load and go heavy, but also feel pretty safe. It's one of my stronger exercises too, even though I have been stuck around 2 plates for a pretty long time now. But that was my first warm-up, 1 plate, and we moved to 1.5 plates, really just try to feel the weight, not too many reps. I don't want to like burn out or like fatigue myself, just kind of getting acclimated to a weight. And then we slowly progress. Like there, I think that was only 3 reps. So this is my top set, 2 plates and a 5. We got a little biscuit on there trying to get the weight up. And this set went really well today. I was pretty happy with it. I'm trying to keep a more constant tension without just staying at the top in that locked out position. And it really fries my shoulders. So taking it all the way to failure here and just trying to beat myself every time, either weight or reps or control. There's a lot of different things you can do to progress, but every session just trying to get a little bit better. Last rep, absolute grinder, but we got it done. Here is the back offset. I'm doing a plate, a 25, and a 5. So a little bit lighter weight. Usually my first set is 5 to 9. I think I got 9 on the top set, and then here, usually 12 to 15. And I'm not even increasing the weight until I get to the top end of the top set. So, or of the rep range rather. So waiting, you know, being really patient with progressions. Not trying to rush anything too crazy. I really like doing 1 heavy set, 1 lighter set. I feel like you kind of get the most out of the muscle fibers, and I'm more of a high volume or a high rep set guy anyway. It feels really good. So this was a solid set here. Ended up progressing both sets, which I'm super happy about. That is definitely not a daily occurrence or a weekly occurrence with the push days, but taking it all the way there, as you can see. All right, moving on. After the 2 sets of Smith, we're now doing some barbell upright rows. honestly, I think this might be the most underrated exercise for shoulders. For the longest time, I would see people doing this and think it was so stupid. And I had no idea why they do it. Oh, the stability, there's no stability. And just kind of think they're a meathead. But I don't know, something about this exercise, it's fire. Gotta lead with the elbows here. Try to keep the hands, relatively close together, like within your shoulder width. And just pulling up as hard as you can, dragging the elbows high. I did 3 sets, again, starting with my heaviest weight, somewhere between 5 and 9 reps. I feel like this just burns the whole shoulder, mainly like the side delt, the lateral delt, but like the whole shoulder is working here. Kind of just feel like a beast using the barbell for it. I don't know. But here's my back off set. I think the first one was a 45, a 10, and a 5. This one's a 10 and a 5. So just a little bit less. The control's a little better here. Coming all the way up. A little bit higher rep range. And again, just taking it to failure like I do with every set. Last set of upright rows. We just got a plate here. This is going to be the highest rep set. And I actually include an intensifier at the end. I don't do this with everything, and I honestly don't do 3 sets very often. But my coach has me doing 3 sets of this with a rest pause set. So essentially at the end of the set, when I've already gone to failure, I take 3 deep breaths and then go to failure again. Take 3 deep breaths, go to failure again until I can't really move the weight at all. It works better with some movements than others, to be honest, because like sometimes you can't even get one if you took it to complete failure. And I kind of just feel like it's more of like a stretch sensation than like actually being able to go to failure again. But I really like it for upright rows. I feel like my shoulders are like blown out like crazy at the end, so solid. From there, we're moving on to some incline dumbbell press. I'm not sure how I feel about incline dumbbell at this point. I'm so much weaker than I used to be, and the ego absolutely is killing me. I didn't film too many of my warm-up sets here because I think I started at 50. That was the set of 75. And then I did 95 for my top set. I used to do like 58 kg on incline dumbbell, which is like 120s. So granted, this is, third exercise, but still picking up 95s, I feel like a little boy. So a little bit tough on the ego for sure, but I have it in 2 separate days. Both of my push days have incline dumbbell. So I'm starting to kind of get the hang of it. Unfortunately, my gym only has 100-pound dumbbells though. And those are definitely going to be too light here soon. Even on this day where I'm doing a third exercise, it's getting to be a little bit light. So I'll probably have to change it soon, but really focusing on coming all the way down and staying in control the whole time. Obviously going to failure. And now we got the back offset. I think I went from 95 to 80. So I roughly try to do like somewhere between 15 and 25% of the weight, depending on the movement for the back offset. Or I go down 15 to 25% of the weight. That way I can, I usually like to double the reps. That's kind of a general rule of thumb I have. Of course, that can, change depending on the exercise and how many reps I did for the top set. But I think that's kind of a good place to be at, especially like when you're starting with an exercise. So here I'm shooting for 15. Nice and controlled. Really just trying to drive as much blood into the chest. Not really focusing on the weight too much. Still focusing on progressive overload, but like mainly just trying to blow out the chest, get a really good stretch and a really good pump, and go to failure, of course. All right, so that'll do it for incline dumbbell. Now I'm on a flat machine press. This is the Icarian. It's kind of an older school you know, traditional flat press. It's super light, unfortunately. So as you can see, I got the gym pin on there with a plate and a 25. And I could definitely do more, but I'm really focusing on keeping the form perfect, because these have been feeling super good lately. I used to have this machine at a different gym in the past. Shout out Iron Hawaiian Fitness. They had this machine. It's a Precor, but it's the same machine. And I would just ego lift like crazy, and it wouldn't feel that good. So really focusing on the form here. Same top set, back off set format. But a little pause at the end, and, you know, full lockout, but not trying to sit at the lockout. Then we got the back off set. It's two 10-pound plates, so 20 on there. We went down a little over a plate. This one I'm shooting for 15 reps as well. I really like with this machine, it fits me really well. I mean, it has a kick pad, so you can get the weight in place super easy, which is really, really nice. But again, it's not too heavy either way. Not sure what I'm going to do long term, because I don't know if I'm going to have space for plates. But for now, this machine is working great. And by the end, my chest is super pumped. All right, that's pretty much all the compounds done. So now we're moving on to some more of the isolation work. And we got some incline flies. Similar to the upright rows, this is an exercise I thought was kind of stupid when I saw it in my program, and I didn't really know why, but it's actually great when you don't ego lift. You kind of have to set yourself up with one leg forward, but bringing the hands high, you're thinking about touching the elbows at the top. I love this exercise. Definitely feel it a lot in the upper chest. It is a little hard to progress like stably, but super good. Same thing, top set, back off set for this exercise. Going to failure. We even got the shirt off for the second set, because I always feel a little bit of something. I feel a little big, got a little ego when I do this one. So got to show off the pump, even though it's extremely overwhelming and the lighting's not very good in the gym. But you can at least kind of see some stuff working there. I think this one was a 15 repper. The first one was 12. So flies I keep a little bit higher in the rep ranges, just because, like I said, it's a little hard to progress with the stability. But, you know, going all the way to failure felt really good. Oh shit, keep the back there. And the delts looking a little bit juicy, not gonna lie, for the first time ever. But here is what I'm doing for side delt, some seated dumbbell laterals. Again, this whole push day is just a bunch of movements that in the past I thought were ass, but I don't know, they're kind of working for me. This one, it's a little tough with the range of motion, because I feel like the dumbbell hits my side, but it feels really good. I like it a lot. It's harder to ego lift, so here I'm trying to keep my chest high, and I'm like almost thinking about turning my wrist so my pinky's at the top when I'm actually coming up, and then not coming up too high, but also like not trying to cheat myself by doing partials. It's a little bit hard to find the balance there, but I've been really enjoying it. These are also a little bit higher rep. I think the first one was 10 or 12 reps, and then the second one is 15. So just trying to pump as much blood in there as I can. Doing it at the end, I'm kind of fried, so no need to go crazy with the weight. And then first exercise for triceps is this Cybex tricep machine. It's like a machine extension. It's nice because it has a back support that really lets me stay in place, so I can kind of just push with the triceps. I've been really enjoying this exercise. This machine in particular is really good. It kind of drops off at the top, so it's a little bit easy to like actually squeeze all the way through. and I get a really nice contraction, and I connect really well with it. Arms is the same. I train every body part the same way, so hard and heavy, top set, back off set. The top set there is like near the full stack, and then the second one is like 50 pounds less, I think, something like that. Slowing the reps down slightly on the back off because it is lighter, but same things apply as with every other exercise. And triceps are something I really need to bring up, so this work is crucial. Here we go, last exercise of the day. It's an overhead single arm dumbbell extension, I guess is what you would call it. The dumbbell's honestly brutal. I'm someone who gets kind of impatient with progression. I really want to progress like every single week with the weight. So that's a lesson I've been learning a lot lately, is just being more patient and allowing it to come with time and just keeping form consistent. So this one really humbles me because a 5-pound jump is a ton. So I've been stuck at the 35s for a minute, but trying to keep my elbow also as close to my head as I can, while also like being able to actually like generate some force. There's a balance there, but like that's a really important cue with these overhead triceps, is like keeping your elbows tucked in and not letting them flare out. When they flare out, you can just kind of cheat all the reps. So really important to keep the form strict there.
YouTube, what's good? We just finished the push day. I filmed most of my sets, pretty much all the sets of the workout. I missed some of the warm-ups, but really good session today. Progressed almost every set, so I was really happy with that. Kept it pretty short. Didn't have time to do cardio at the end, but I did abs. I didn't film that. But was pretty happy with the look after as well. Kind of feel like my physique is actually progressing finally, so happy with that. We're in a little bit of a rush now because Mona has somewhere to be, but gonna eat my post-workout meal in the car, then head home. I'll eat my post-workout meal, and then I'll be driving her around. I'm on chauffeur duty. But yeah, great session. Really happy with that. It's getting a little bit warmer here in icy New England, so life feels pretty good right now. We had the Arnold last night. That was also interesting. My thoughts, I honestly think it was pretty fair. Like, you could have Nick winning, you could have Andrew winning. I personally probably would have had Nick winning, but Andrew's a freak and he's aesthetic, so like it's valid. Like I see it. I do wish Brandon was in the top 5, like at least the first, not the top 5, but in the first call out. Because I think he was like right there with Martin. He honestly probably could have beat him, especially in prejudging. But was really disappointed with Martin and his sportsmanship at the end there. That was ridiculous. Cheering for Nick getting second is crazy work. He is my teammate though. You know, we're team boss. So I'm rooting for him, but that was not a good look. Those are kind of my thoughts though. I think Hadi was third. Like I really do. I hope he doesn't retire. Like actually. But yeah, it was interesting to watch. The other classes were kind of whatever. Like Wesley obviously won. Andrea Mamoli, my goat though. I really like him. So hopefully he can be pushing up there in the future once he's a little closer to the weight cap. But yeah, the other classes, like I think it was pretty straightforward. Open, it could definitely have gone multiple ways. But I think what they decided was fair ultimately. Like it's valid. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. The rest of the day is going to be super chill. I'm just going to be not doing much. So I'm actually just going to end the video here. We'll keep it short and sweet. Just a little intro, workout, and this little outro. If you are watching till now, I really appreciate you. I'm trying to actually do this YouTube shit. So for those of you supporting, I really appreciate it. I'm trying to make these videos better each time. If you have suggestions, I'd appreciate that down below. We got some exciting stuff coming forward that we'll be documenting, so stay tuned. If you could like, comment, you know, do all those things, share it with your friends, share it with your homies, watch with your family and whatnot. You know, I'll send you a little heart. But that's it. Hope you guys all have a great day. I'll catch you. Peace.